What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Some Madden 17 commentary. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter. Shutdown Safety is my username. You know, Madden 17 has promised to give us the most realistic franchise mode that we've ever seen. In honor of that, I've elected to go through each team, give my opinion on how I would rebuild them or work with them. I'd love to know your guys' opinions on my solutions, and also if you play with these teams, what you plan on doing if it's a little different. So if you want to look down in the description, I've already talked about the Cardinals and the Rams. Today we're going to stay in the NFC West, talk about the San Francisco 49ers that really used to be the symbol of consistency and offensive firepower, but they've fallen rather quickly from that golden era. And even though they were in the Super Bowl a few years ago, it must be a distant memory after running 5-11 last year. Now, they've brought in some veteran leadership with Zane Beadles at the guard position, but they've built a lot, really more than other teams via the draft. You talk about DeForest Buckner, Joshua Garrett, and they've kind of let go of unreliable aging players like Reggie Bush. You might want to put Alex Boone in that predicament as well, but they did let go of one of the most dependable wide receivers in recent memory, Anquan Bolden, who is essentially now just becoming an NFL journeyman. Now, if you look at what the 49ers have right now, you start on the ground. Carlos Hyde has shown some flashes of brilliance, he really has, but he's yet to put together a full NFL season, and while that doesn't really affect you in Madden, you have to worry about how that's going to hinder his rating. You've also got Joe Staley, who's been one of the best tackles in the league for years, but one of the key issues with the 49ers is Anthony Davis. This is a player that's very young, second year, obviously a lot of displeasure with the organization and the ownership. He retired, but he's applied for reinstatement. So how Madden handles that, whether he's going to be active, inactive, free agent, is going to be critical to how you choose to build the 49ers. Now, what should also concern you is the quarterback position. A musical chair's approach to coaching has kind of derailed Colin Kaepernick's career. It's going to leave you with Blaine Gabbert, who's kind of looking to shed this bust label. But to be honest with you, with Chip Kelly's playbook, that short passing game should be a perfect match with Blaine Gabbert. The current wide receiver core is held down by Torrey Smith and Jerome Simpson, and honestly, those guys may not even start on some other NFL teams. The offensive line, really one of the top concerns you're going to have to deal with. It's compromised of names most casual fans won't even recognize, and honestly will only serve to be a stat boost for incoming defense. You've got David Kilgore and Trent Brown, who are major liabilities, and then again, you've got the Davis, spectacle, and again, assessing how that's going to be handled once the game comes out is going to be critical. One bright spot, though, for the 49ers is the defense. They run a 3-4. They've got a solid group up front. You've got Ian Williams. This guy was an undrafted free agent, went to team captain. In real life, he's got some ankle issues, but again, in Madden, that's not going to be a problem. He's going to be joined by a pair of first-round picks in Armstead and Buckner. The linebacking core really never has recovered from losing Patrick Willis to retirement. You've got Navarro Bowman, who's rebounded since really getting his leg shattered in a Theismann-esque situation over in Seattle. Ahmad Brooks and Michael Wilhoite provide some names you may recognize, but I don't think they're going to provide any dominant force from the linebacking position. The secondary, well, you used to rely on a former Colt Antoine Bethea, but he's shown a lot of signs of aging. It's really going to leave you with Jimmy Ward and Eric Reed as surefire starters. The rest of these guys are more than likely just going to frustrate you, as opposing teams are going to carve you up on second or third down as you rotate through them. Now, with the 49ers, again, I think the main thing here is to rely on the trade logic of Madden, which can be questionable. Pick your quarterback, whichever one you don't want, or maybe whichever one is going to be most valuable, and try to go over and get somebody that's going to help you on the line. Because even if you're going to use short passes, you're going to need clear passing lanes. Now, any wide receiver you can go out and pick up or trade for would be really imperative, even if it's going to be somebody that can probably come right in and start based on what you're looking at with your linebacking core. But I also think you'd be really well served to pick up another linebacker. Consider maybe Darrell Washington if he's available in terms of free agency. Put him at starting middle linebacker. Let Aaron Lynch move over to become your pass rusher. And maybe outside, try to pick up and build from last year's pick, Eli Harold. That's how I would look at rebuilding the 49ers. I would love to know how you guys would handle this team yourself. I appreciate you watching this video. I'll be back in the week with more commentary.